Hello, friends.
Hello.
Hi.
So, how are you?
All well.
Good, good.
So, we have covered 3 weeks, and I think you have gathered enough knowledge during these 3 weeks.
Yes.
So, what we have done is that knowing yourself, then your will of life, and then your baselines, your integrated power codes. So, I think you know all these things. That's N codes, Z codes, and what are the outcomes. So, it means you know yourself in a better way at this point.
Right.
Now we'll be covering a very important topic that is called decision making. And this is a very important aspect of life that based on your decisions, either you can go in the positive direction or in the negative direction. If the decisions are good, you will definitely take you to a higher position. And if your decisions are bad, that can break you also. So this decision making process, everybody takes a decision, right? So based on your decision and based on your baselines, if your decisions are as per your baselines, you'll probably making a better decision. But if your decisions are not as per your baselines, maybe it can impact you. So everybody has taken some decisions, good decisions or bad decisions in your life. But I'll be discussing about one of your bad decisions, Subho, that you have taken in the past and how it has affected you.
Uh, to be very precise, one of the bad decisions would have been choosing a subject in sociology rather than in biology.
Okay, so you think that if you have taken the sociology, you have a better, you would have prospered
I would have been happy enough.
You have been happy
Because
enough.
the sociology subject, when I studied in my MBA, I came across with the real me kind of likings with it.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I was doing bad on science itself.
Okay.
But science was something like very much mechanical to me. I had to do it in an expected way of the other's family expectations, being a family member of a doctor's family. But sociology is a subject, it's very much me too than that of a medical or science.
Okay, so you think that taking other subjects than the sociology has affected you a bit, right? So what about Shushmit?
Yeah.
Come in.
Yeah. So my decision goes back to my post-graduation days, where I was pursuing a diploma in computer application, and during that application, during that course, I got a job in a good company. Okay. And so my immediate requirement for a job was very secure, and due to that, after completing the diploma and even scoring well, doing my projects and completing everything on time, I didn't pursue a software engineering career.
Okay.
Right. So there were three of us who were the three toppers in the class. So the other two who pursued in the career of software engineering, they have done very well in life. If I look at them now, but since immediately I was in a secured job environment and thing, so for the time being I was very happy. But if I look now, then they are better off than what I am.
Yeah. So I think some decision making can have a long term effect as well as a short term effect. So you have to take care what are the immediate short term benefits or maybe the negative sides for the short duration, and what are the long term benefits whenever you're taking a decision in the long run, where it will actually, maybe if you take a short decision in the short term, it is not giving you a benefit, but in the long term it is giving you a benefit. Suppose you're investing in a stock and you have taken a decision for that, and you find that in the short term it is not giving you much benefit, but in the long run, if you keep your money in that stock for a longer duration, it can give you a multifold revenue prospect. Okay, so these long term decisions and short term decisions are integrated with the decision making. So okay, So you have taken some bad decisions, Subho and Susmit. It's not a bad decision. It's not a proper decision, I can say,
Yes,
that
it is.
you have taken. But I will give you. There is a decision will actually that will help you in making the decisions. So something like what are the consequences of a decision? What are the values? What are the feelings? What are the who can help you in making your decisions? Something like those wills are there. Based on that, you're making a decision. There are some case studies in this in your manual where there are some case studies have been given. You can go through those case studies, but I will give you a practical case study, and I will ask each one of you how you have taken the decision in that case. It is a situation in my life, and I had been posted to a different location in southern India, where I had to, at a very junior stage, where I had to implement a software. It was a mid-sized company, and what nobody could found in that software, that some unethical practices were going on. So I immediately reported from that remote area to my higher management that this is not the way of doing this work actually. And because it was a costly software and it was the bread and butter of the software, bread and butter of the company, so the management immediately protested it, became very angry, and they said that no, whatever is there, you have to follow the rules. You cannot implement your own rules and regulations, and you cannot tell to anybody what is going on. But what I did, I won't tell you in that situation. So the decision is whether you will follow the unethical practice of the company, or as per your baseline, what you will take, what kind of decision you will take. So Subho, this kind of practical situation, what decision you will take? It is not from the manual. It is a practical,
I can.
practical decision you have taken in that situation.
See, in this case, I will have to explore the choices.
Okay.
What are the choices I would have had?
Yes.
I would have had in such a situation.
Yes.
Number one, to be an on and off, case studies like this, there at least should be 2 or 3 more options to find it out or to explore. Number one, to sit back and follow the corporate policy.
Now, what decision you will take?
That is what I am telling you. I am just telling you the options.
Right.
Number one options was that let it be as it has been going on.
No, he is asking for what is your decision, final decision.
You are asking the final
decision. What you will do? You will follow the unethical practice, or you will not follow it.
I would have first clarify what does it mean by ethical and unethical. By doing a company software,
Yes.
company has got a purpose back in their mind
Right.
to implement that software itself.
Right.
So a point that has been taken into consideration for me as an unethical, it might be the ethical part of the company itself.
Right.
So,
Company thinks
so,
it's ethical.
so from the corporate point of view,
Yes.
I would definitely raise the issue
Yes.
that I have found some sort of situations which is I'm thinking it's not as per the line of the ethics that I presume.
Right.
If company says it's okay, it's fine. If company says no, it's not none of your business, do as has been said for. I will follow the same thing, and hopefully I will not be able to continue further in near future. So I'll have to opt for another company option.
Okay. Very good. So what about you, Susmit? What
Can
will
you just
be
repeat the case study? Because it's
case
out of
study?
the-
I'm saying that what decision I took in this situation, I won't tell you. But you have to take a decision in this particular case study. I was sent to a remote place in southern India to implement a software.
Right.
And it was the bread and butter of the company, a costly software. Many people worked on that software. And when I was implementing the software, I found that there are some unethical practices going on
Where?
in that software, in that particular company where I was supposed to implement the software.
So in the company there is unethical.
In software, there was unethical practices. In the
Among the functionalities of that software,
there were
there were
unethical.
unethical word. Collecting information, collecting banking data, like
So
that.
manipulation of the data, something was
Yes.
software was doing
Can be
that
easily
was
manipulated in
benefiting
other
that particular bank, but it was an unethical way of benefiting the bank. Because my company had sold the software to the bank and it was giving benefit to the bank in a wrong way. It's not the actual banking practice actually.
Yes.
So that was the unethical practice. I was very new in that situation and I reported it to the management and management told me that you have to follow the process what is written in the software. And in this situation, I have taken a decision. I won't say whether it was good or bad. So what will be your decision in such a
You would have
situation?
been in the same situation.
Yeah, in the same situation if you are
So
in,
first of all, if my role was to just go and install the software,
okay,
I would have done my job with my commitment and integrity.
okay,
So had I found out that there is some unethical practice that will benefit the bank, I would have reported it to the management
okay.
and left it on the management to decide what they want.
If the management tells that no, you have to implement the software in an unethical way, the way the software has been designed, you have to implement that way. So what your baseline tells you, whether you will follow your baseline, suppose your
No, first of
baseline
all, my baseline is integrity, honesty, commitment.
that is honesty.
Right.
So how it will
So
hurt your honesty?
honesty is towards me,
Yes.
and it is my baseline. So
Okay.
with my honesty, I have reported the what I have found out to my company. I, with my honesty, has explored what is there, and I have told to the company. So I don't own the company. If they say that this is the consequences of this decision will be borne by the company, then I will do as per company's instruction.
Okay. So that
On that particular situation,
yes.
I will do my company's instruction because I am not the decision maker of this company.
Okay.
I am an executor. when I am in your situation, I am there to execute my role.
Right.
Right?
Even it is an unethical way if you feel
No,
that
it is not murdering somebody. So if you are saying that I am sent to murder somebody, then I wouldn't have done it.
Okay.
But if my company has taken a contract with a bank to implement a software which I have not developed, first
right,
of all,
right.
which only role of in that entire process is to just go and implement,
Okay.
and where my job responsibility ends,
Okay.
and neither I am liable for anything else,
Right.
then I would have gone and reported. Yeah, I have found out like you that this is what I have found out. I would have given this to the topmost authority, saying that this is what I have found out. Do you still want to go ahead and implement the software? So if they say yes, you go and implement the software, we will face the consequences. We will find it. I would have done it and come back.
Okay. So thank you, Susmit. So Shantanu, what you will do in this case? What decision you will take?
I will quit the job.
You will quit
I
the
will
job.
quit the job immediately and I'll look for something else.
Okay. So thank you, Shantanu. So I will tell you what I have done in this case. I have implemented the way the software should have been implemented, the ethical way. I have discussed the entire process of unethical way. I have implemented the software and that created a total turmoil within the bank because it exposed their lot of ill practices because the moment the ethical software was implemented, it was reported to my management, higher management. I already reported to my management that this is the things that are going on and I have to implement that the most ethical way. I cannot adopt.
So what your management said that time?
The management said a lot of bad things to me once I came back to my native place. So they said that your appraisal will be affected by this because this is the bread and butter of my company.
Yes.
And you are not supposed to do what you have done because it has gone to a very high level and RBI is now watching us. So if you stay in my company, you can stay in the company because what nobody could do. So many lot of intelligent boys have come and gone. Nobody could point it out. You have pointed it out. I don't say that you have done a wrong thing. But for a long time you won't survive in this company. So I took the decision to quit. That's Shantanu told. I immediately took the decision to quit the company because I think there is no ethical practices going on in the company and it's not my area of flourish further. So my values are not given. So that's why I took the decision to quit the company. So it depends on person to person what decision in a particular situation you will take. This is a practical life scenario actually. I'm giving it to you. So it depends on you whether
Correct.
based on your decision. And and what I felt that after quitting the company, I'm fine in another company where my values and my inputs, it's an ethical company, no bad practices happens in this company.
Correct.
So I'm flourishing in a company in a very nice way. So if I would have stayed in that previous company in an unethical environment, it would have affected me for the bad way. So I've taken the decision to quit the company immediately. So it was one way of taking the decision. So these are the decision things. So you have to know what are the problem areas, what are the choices you have, right? This based on this particular problem. What do you think the consequences of these choices will be for yourself and those other who are involved? I mean here yourself and your management of the company who are being affected by this. What baselines do you need to consider these things, the decisions you are taking, whether the decisions you're taking is as per your baselines? How do you feel about the situation? So this kind of questionnaires you have to go through before taking the decisions. There are two scenarios, such kind of scenarios in your manual. You can go through that manual and you can make your decisions and you know how to make the decisions. And after you take the decisions, you have to think about the long-term goals as well as the short-term benefits while you make the decisions. And after this, I think once you are able to make better decisions in your life, short-term goals, long-term goals, and your baselines based on which you will take the decisions, you'll be able to make better decision. And decision making is a very important part of your life, because whatever outcomes you have defined in your life and the decisions you'll make on that is very important. So after that, this exercise of decision making, we'll be going to some other topic, that how to remain very happy about life, how to remain enthusiastic, and that is called buzz moment. So in the next section we'll be dealing with the buzz moments. So guys, thank you very much for this, giving some precious time for this session.
Thank you,
Thank you
Sajid.
very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Sajid.